Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of the Jamaica Football Chronicles. With your boy Jaxson, Brian, and Fri is here as well. Um, how's it going on in dusty old? Well, you can't call it dusty, but mud people place Florida.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, muy bien. I'm good, I'm good. Florida has been Floridering. I don't know, they have a mass shooting sh- Saturday? Saturday, whenever it was St. Patrick's Day, and the shooter is still on the run.
Still,
So, yeah, so them can't find him. Probably soon shoot up some another establishment, but yeah, typical Florida things. I'm doing good though. I'm doing good. How about you? What's going on in Jamaica?
I mean, you know, Jamaica is just Jamaica. As you talked about cartel last week. Um, Paula still wants to do the retrial. It's been raining a lot in the last 2 days, even though champs start, but rain still a fall enough. Um, but yeah, it's been a regular Jamaica in midweek.
No, I forgot to mention that the school shoot, it was a school shooting, but the mass shooting happened like was 20 minutes away, so it was close enough to where I didn't sleep, but far enough to where like more could I go outside, you know? So yeah, just to yeah, but yeah, that's good. That's good. Rain is always nice, you know, cool down that place.
Yeah, yeah, man, it's serious. Just hope everybody in your area is okay with this. I mean,
No man, him kill a
how
couple
many?
people, man. Him kill four people.
I mean, bro, you're trying to not make this smooth some, but you're just brushing over it. Um, but prayers and thoughts to those who passed, who were involved, or
Yeah, for
things
sure.
like that. But we'll keep the sports on the sports show. We talk about champs. Um, the athletics championships. Normally, it's fun. This year, it's been really. It's not. I have some things to say about that. Some news I've been reliably informed on. Um, but you know, last time we met, there was a game at Old Trafford, and that was history.
United, 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 United. Let's go, let's go.
I mean, look, let me tell you, I have three doors and a fan that were on the floor. After Ahmad scored that goal, I tell you that for free. Um,
That's brilliant.
Man, listen, and half of the house is Liverpool already, so it was entertaining for 120 minutes and on. I nearly couldn't go out on Monday because I couldn't walk. I had to be sitting in place for about 35 minutes straight. Couldn't talk anything. My heart was racing, but it was all worth it.
Yeah. Once I saw Maguire play left wing and play ball over the top and run past the defender, I knew that we were gonna win. Because
I
Harry
mean,
Maguire is the goat, and he does everything, you know. So it's
no, for real,
it's really a
no.
brilliant match.
Bro, I remember that play when Onana hit it long. I'm like, yes, Ganacho. I'm like, no, Ganacho's not that tall, man. It was Maguire. I was like, anybody, any other footballer. That's a touch, that's a goal. But he's got the turning pace of a of
A
a
Mack truck.
a Mach truck. No, that's faster, man. Have you ever seen Have you ever
Uh,
watched Regular Show and saw that episode when they wanted to be smart, or they had the sugar rush? Sorry, and they were moving so quickly they were just light to everybody else. Maguire is everybody else.
okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
man. But
Yeah.
it's a great result. Then after that, obviously I have people who can't take the win. People are like, oh, the style of play was crap. He won with Anthony at left back and Bruno at centre back, Maguire up front. Um, then you see stories Gareth Southgate to be next Man United manager, and as an England fan, I had to bring it in. Southgate United. I mean, how would you stand on this? You support both.
That's a horrible, horrible, horrible choice for Man United, but for England, I think that's brilliant. I think Southgate should kick the bucket. No, that I mean that I don't want him to die. That was that was the wrong phrase, but I mean he should leave the job. That's what I meant. I don't mean he should die.
But you can't kick the bucket.
That's kind of harsh, but you know what I mean. his decision making has been very suspect. For some reason, Henderson is still being called up, but he did call up Kobe Manu, so obviously he's not completely blind. He can see out of his left eye a little bit, so that's good. But I don't want him to be managing Manchester United. I think he should stick to managing like schoolboy football or something like that.
Yeah, and I mean, like people, look. Let me tell you how I first completely knew that Southgate needed a 10-year contract. When I saw that England side, it's so talented. I fit Reece James, Trent, Ben Chilwell in his prime, Dele Alli in his prime, Jesse Lingard, and you see that team, they're all young. And Southgate plays against North Macedonia, back five and two holding midfielders, and played for a 1-0 win. That's when I knew he was the perfect man for England. And if he can't come to Man United, bro, he is here to destroy talent. That's what he's here to do. If you give him the Blackpool job, he probably gets relegated. He's not a manager. He's that he's what Ferguson would have been without tactics, basically. Because Sir Alex was a
Mm,
brilliant off the field man manager with the players, getting their personal life together, etc. And that's what Southgate does. Some people call him politician. But as a
okay.
coach, God no, man. I said it to somebody, and when it first came out, and I said I'd prefer if Winfried Schaefer was the Man United manager. And if you do remember Schaefer, I mean PTSD, lick your hard.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Southgate is definitely strange. Yeah, as I say, he's more of a politician, and somehow he keeps on doing well enough to keep his job. So I guess there is some method to the madness but I don't like the madness, even though I'm fairly mad myself. But I don't like to see other people being mad, especially with my club or the country that I support. So that's that. Yeah, Southgate should kick the bucket. I said it again, but that's not what I meant. But you know what I mean, because I explained it the first time. Yeah, but yeah, that's that. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, oh, we need to get these classes again. Oh my goodness. Again, it doesn't mean death for those listening. It doesn't mean death. And for those listening as well, this is also on Spotify. If you could give us 5 stars, give us a follow, a like, etc. It's a really appreciated. It was a very good episode last time. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we hit 300. Let me see. No,
Whoa, 300.
no,
Whoa.
we're not at 300 yet. We're still at 247. But guys, keep sharing. It is really appreciative on all the platforms. We do get the notifications once it is anyway. So big ups to myself. And
Yeah, big up, big up.
yeah, and with the Jamaican slang coming in, it's only right to speak about a player who's been in the controversy, who's been in the papers. He's always been in the papers, Leon Bailey. But no, he was suspended because obviously out after I was breaking the rules,
Clapping cheeks.
and
Yeah, I mean breaking the rules.
we have
Yeah,
I
same
mean,
same difference. Same difference.
we don't
Yeah.
know, right? He was late to the team bus the next day, missed the bus. So we don't know what he was out doing. Obviously he wasn't at a party because that would have circulated very quickly. It's Jamaica. Um, but he was in an interview not too long ago, was it? I think it was on Tuesday, saying that on along the lines of he is the reason people watch the Reggae Boys, and that he is the reason Jamaica is famous. I mean, I'm sorry, but 90. I mean, you want to go back 98, you want to go back to Herb McKinley, you want to go back to Donald Quarry. I mean, that's what put Jamaica on the map. Bob Marley, if you want to go back that far.
Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt. I mean, Leon Bailey ain't got gift to anything right now. I mean, yeah, this is what happens when you overhype bench players. He's playing well for Aston Villa. Now he thinks he's the big shit. He thinks he's the shit now. And the first run of bad form he's gonna go under, and those Villa fans get into him. He's gonna be all crying and all of those things again. Like people say, he's mentally strong. Whatever. Well, every Jamaican is mentally strong. That's just our nature. I mean, you go at sports day and you didn't win the race, even though you're not favorite. They tell you shit. They don't care. That's just how it is. But Leon is saying, Jamaica's unprofessional, which we all know. Like, look, it's nothing new. Says unprofessional. When they should go on a flight, say they need to go on a flight Wednesday, on Tuesday night, they get in the text of where to meet and where the tickets are, etc. You know, he said something else that anybody can come up to him with a mic or a phone to his face, and I'm like, you see that part, that's when you're indoctrinated into the celebrity lifestyle that he's been in for some time. Because in Jamaica, anybody can walk. I mean, ask DJ Khaled. He goes to places with his $1 million chain on that I wouldn't go with a submachine gun. Like,
Yeah.
it's just how it is. But Bailey's your boy. I mean, do you have any word of advice or anything to say that maybe he did this or whatever? Because his agent's an idiot. No true football agent would allow his players to do such an interview.
Yeah, as this die-hearted Liam Bailey fan that always support and defend Liam Bailey, it's really hard to defend him this time because he just too much was said. Too much was said, and it really showed that the mindset of footballers, right? That how they can get, how they can like believe that they're just way better than what they are, you know. That being said, when I know for say, like Liam Bailey, him say a whole heap of bad stuff. The things that I didn't like, I didn't see the interview. I saw snippets,
Mm,
but I didn't like how he was like he put Jamaica on the map. That's obviously not true. Jamaica been on the map for quite a while now, since probably 1962 to be honest. But like that wasn't because of Liam Bailey. That was some other politicians. But yeah,
mm,
so yeah, he said some bad stuff. I want to point out though, as the Liam Bailey defender, that he did bring up a solid point about how Jamaica's national team is run really poorly. I think that is also a significant issue that yes, Liam Bailey is bad, but this affects all the players. This affects everyone, the coach, the trainers, the players, the staff, everyone. When the club, when the team, not the club, when the national team is run poorly, it affects the performances. It affects the side, and we really need to do better. I don't think we're ever going to pay the players, cause corruption and that, but
mm,
we need to at least have a schedule that makes sense. Time frames. He treats Jamaica like vibes because Jamaica is vibes. Jamaica is a party shop. So I understand why I'm treated like a party shop. Cause the man say him getting in flight ticket 11 p.m. at the night. That should not happen. That should not happen. You get me? But I don't agree with a lot of things that he said. A lot of things that he said was really bad. But I'm not going to crap on the player because they are the ones really playing for the team. I'm more likely to crap on like the people at the top, the people who should be organizing the stuff. That's just how I think, and they should be doing better. Liam Bailey should keep his mouth shut. Um, also, that's probably the best course of action. Yeah, that's one more thing.
Yeah, and I mean, look, the last player who did an interview like this, right? We all remember Kemar Taxi Lawrence, and after he did an interview saying, "Oh, the when I was in the MLS, such player from Canada, such player from America, they said this is what they're getting paid, and we're getting this." And he made a move to Anderlecht, and then we never heard from him ever again. He was never called back up to the Jamaica team. He was never pictured or anything like that playing, whether in America or wherever he was. They just froze him out media wise and for the federation. And I think they might go this route with Leon. Worse being, you have Kaheem Dixon, you have Dujan Richards, you have those younger players. So right now, Leon is not really in a nail down position. Um, yes, some people might mention Bailey, Cadamertery, but he chose England under 19, right? If he does choose Jamaica's senior team, it's just because he doesn't feel he's good enough, right? We don't want to be second choices anymore. But Leon has put himself in a really tough position. I mean, next international break, they can just breeze over him. Don't call him up, whatever. And Villa fans, they will think, etc., etc. But it would be the right thing to keep him away from the squad. I mean, when he got suspended and miss this eventual game that we're playing against the America, I said he needs to be away for some time. Now we did this bombshell interview. It's even implying more of the point that he needs to stay far, far away from this country for a while, because when you slug off everything, because you're also slugging off the people who support you in a sense, because the money that we spend, albeit yeah, the JFF is corrupted and filled with idiots and bankers who don't know how to flip an account. You're slugging off us, the ones who travel when you go and play in Grenada or Antigua or wherever you do go. You slug us off because it's our money that goes into it. And yeah, he said, yo, long time him not get money from Jamaica. I mean, isn't that your agent's thing? Because there is a every national team pays their players for the match. So, the domestic players get paid. It's just up to your agent to say, hey, where's his check? It's Monday afternoon. Where is it? Right? And again, with
Mm.
the JFF, we
I,
brought up corruption. Fucking my crickets won again.
crazy, unbelievable. Unbelievable. And that's why I think there's a fundamental issue with Jamaica on a whole. And it from the roots coming up. If the people at the top are so corrupted, it's going to impact the players, man. It's going to impact the performances. And I don't know how people expect Jamaica to make it to the World Cup with such a corrupted leaders leading the team and making the big decisions. It's really sad to think about, but it is what it is at the end of the day. All we can do as fans is watch the football and hope for the best. Liam Bailey should shut up. I agree wholeheartedly. Liam Bailey should shut up and just stay on the pitch. I don't agree that he should disappear because that lineup without Liam Bailey is weak, man. Come on, without without
You
without
can't
Liam
replace
Bailey,
him. It is easy to replace.
I disagree. Who replaces Bailey in that team?
All right, if everyone's fully fit, you just go Antonio Nicholson up top and you play Jamal Lowe at left wing. It's simple. It's not really that hard, right? Maybe you lose the, and
You
even
mean
that,
right wing? Jamal Lowe plays right wing because
no,
Bailey plays on the right, right?
no. The way Hal Grimson sets it up, it's purely 1980s football. So left on left, right on right. So
Okay.
Bailey's always on the left or as a one of the forwards up top, right? But even that, people say his quality. I've never seen Leon Bailey's quality while he's in a Jamaica shirt. So I don't even believe that exists. So it's very easy to
Hmm.
replace him. It's very, very easy, right? Bailey,
I, I, Go ahead. Go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
remember watching the game against Canada, and Bailey missed more chances than Darwin Nunez. That's saying something.
Yeah. Okay. So I was saying that Bailey on the team, this quality alone, he pins the right back or the left back and the defense. He on the team, he becomes the focus of a lot of defenders. So he opens up the game. When he's not on the team, the game is run differently. And when you think about players of like high quality, when you think of like a Salah, even if a Salah is not in, let's say for Liverpool, a Salah is not in the game, he is pinning defenders. So it does impact how the game is played. It does impact the space in the midfield because he's just his presence alone. Like let's say a Mikel Antonio. A Mikel Antonio, even if he doesn't touch the ball, he impacts the play, and I think Bailey has that effect just because of his stature and his quality on the pitch. But I do agree that he hasn't proved himself to the extent that he should have, and so I agree. So I think we both agree in that sense.
Yeah, and who else would agree? I remember our first show. It was before the Gold Cup. It was, and we had this whole party with you there and Sav and Shane. And you people think I hate Leon Bailey. If you hear what Shane says about that guy, you think he stole his birthright or something. But yeah, he's never done it in a gold shirt. We've never seen. I mean, if Villa change their kit to gold next season, I am convinced they're selling him afterwards because he's never done it in a gold shirt. Um, you brought up Antonio. right? You brought up
Mm.
Antonio as well in this conversation, and yet even when he's there and not getting touches, his physical presence, etc., that does help the team a lot. He's not going to be there against America, which is very frustrating. He has another injury, which he picked up against Villa. Um, we are a bit short. I mean, we already have only one true winger in Jamal Lowe, and we now have only one true centre forward who's been around the team in the last two windows. So we went through this a bit on our Twitter page at GZ_Sports 22, the Jamaica Football Chronicles. You do see the team's predicted 11 for what went out. I think I still follow. Let me see if I can find that actually when we went through, because with you, let me go individually first, right? Because I think with yours is much different from mine. Obviously, you went with Richard King starting, which I don't think I have to question because you were going to start him.
I have to. Richard King is my guy, man.
You can't knock it. You can't knock it. But you went with King and Damian Lowe, Lembakisa and Lee, Johnson, Latibody, who I still can't understand, Bobby Reed, Antonio. Well, this is before the news came out, so you replaced him with Jamal Lowe and Corey Burke. Um, the team is very imbalanced, and that's the very least I can actually say about the team, because it's very far away from being a top team. And for me, we all know that's how Hallgrimson plays, 4-4-2. So some people, I saw a lot of predicted lineups, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. I'm like, did we change coach overnight? Did we, man? I mean, apart from what you did, I actually went with what the coach might do. He won't play Richard King, even though you'd love to see it. With Deshaun Bernard,
Depressing. I'm depressed.
I mean, look, we all went with Blake, we all went with Greg Lee, Lembakisa, Damian Lowe, Dan Johnson, Latibody, because we know that's how he plays. Corey Burke to replace Antonio. Um, we all went with Bobby Reed, but you guys went with him on the wing. I went with him up top with Burke. And the reason being is he just brought in Romario Williams as depth. I don't think he's going to get him any minutes. Kaheem Dixon is too young to start against America. And Hallgrimson's style of football doesn't include a flair player, so Casey Palmer won't get any minutes. But the game kicks off at 6 p.m. on Wednesday. Um, with all this news coming out, Bailey interview, Antonio injured, Kadamata has chosen the England under 19s. How less or more confident are you of the results on Wednesday, Thursday?
To be honest, if we get a draw, it
Hey, right.
isn't squadding at the moment. It isn't looking very good. It doesn't look very strong as it usually looks, on paper. So, and my favorites really aren't on the team because my favorites are like King, Bowser, Bailey, and if we just don't want to watch the side. Low is on the team. I know Low can play anywhere. He can play defense, he can play midfield, he can play strike, he can do everything. So I don't know. Damian Low is my guy.
I
So
tell
that's
you
the
what,
only bright side really. Just seeing Low crunch the US citizens and committing crimes on the field, that's what I'm looking forward to.
yeah, man. Listen, Damien is going to he's probably going to get booked or sent off, but I think we're all here for it, right? I think I think the only way Damien doesn't get sent off is if you put him to play at right back, because put him in the center of the pitch, he's definitely gonna foul Musa, or he's gonna foul or Tim Weah, but you put him at right back, that's the only way he survives. So I didn't get this from you though, because I asked you, just how the game would go on your end in terms of prediction. But do you have like a score prediction?
I think it's a easy 2-0 to the States. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping so at most 2-0. If it goes above 2-0, I'll be sad. But I think that's the likely outcome.
Likely will come off 2-0. Well, you have
Mm,
more faith than I, but it's not Berhalter, so I do fear this American team much more. Um, Still, we're in an international window, no club football this weekend. Um, Portugal, I was going to say Poland. Portugal, um, they have a little gem by the name of João Neves, who is 19, about your height or our height, and plays in the midfield for Benfica, quoted at £100 million for 19 euro, a 19-year-old guy.
wow.
Yeah, that's the thing. He plays in the midfield with Bruno Fernandes. Bruno's been talking, saying, "Hey, would love for him to join Man United. I think he's ready." Bernardo Silva said, "Of course he can join Manchester City." It's basically a Manchester battle for this player, and I can't see how United winning this one. Um, you, by any chance, because I know you're not in tune with the Portuguese league, none so whatsoever, but have any thoughts on João Neves whatsoever?
If Pep gets him, he's warming the bench for sure. If Pep gets it, Pep. I hate Pep with young talent, man. Like he just lets them warm. If your name is Julian Alvarez, you're getting on the bench and you're not coming off. You see what he did with Calvin Phillips? It's a crime. Calvin Phillips was so good, and I have him on a warm bench for literal years. That's so. Pep should get. Pep should kick the bucket too, man. Like, come on.
you're back with,
Yeah. I had to bring it back for Pep. But
oh my,
yeah. Yeah, I think he'll go to City because it's not even a comparison based on the quality of the team and how the development of the players can go. So I think if City's after him, he will go to City. If Cristiano Ronaldo is his favorite, I think he'll go to Manchester United, despite CR7 um, controversy with Manchester United. But that's the only reason hope that he comes to Manchester United if he has some inkling of wanting to follow CR7's career. But he's going straight to City, fan. He's going straight to City, man. Like I don't know, rough,
I mean,
rough.
I can't really disagree because look, United they might have the pull, but they don't have the money to pay Benfica anyway. City are just rolling in it until they probably get charged. 115. Leicester get charged. Forest have been charged. Everton, etc. But City still live on, and that's something that might get into the head of a player that hey, maybe when I move there, FA says hey, you guys are relegated, expulsion, blah, you're gonna have to move again, and that's I don't think you can do that in a FIFA window. But a bit of break from well, not a break from football yet. Something I wanted to actually bring in the next gen 2024 top 50 wonder kids in the world. Um, Joe Bellingham is there, the better Bellingham brother, but he's ranked at number 50. Um, Again, there is no Whisper Richards, so you can't get your hopes up. He's not on the list. Um, um, you've got the top 10, which I'll go through here. So number one, they have the Barca Academy player Lamine Yamal. They have Endrick from the Real Madrid, soon to be player. Number two, Zaire Emery from PSG in three, Matisse Tell in four, Arda Güler in five, Vitor Roque in six, Kobe Menu, the United player in seven, Kenan Yildiz, who plays for Juventus in eight, Claudio Echeverri, who will join Manchester City, and Lenny Joro, the French defender who Real Madrid are about to buy. Um, what I want to ask, because you're obviously big on United, big on England, and Manu is both. Do you think there's somebody in the list that should be below Manu? Right, he's sitting sixth, he's sitting seventh. Do you think Roque, Gula, Zaire Emery, if they deserve to be ahead of him?
I disagree. Obviously, I'm biased, but based on the run Manu has had, he's came into a Manchester United squad that's really underperforming. and has been a bright spark in that squad. I think he deserves his spot up there, and he shows a level of composure that it's just it's timeless. Like age has nothing to do with it. He's just him. He's just him. So I think he should be number one if it was up to me. But that's because I'm biased. But I think he that his spot is good. What about you?
Um, Look, it was very hard to look at the list and say Mane should be higher because obviously Yamal is doing wonderful. He's starting for Spain. Endrick is probably the region of Pele. Zaire Emery's always been a great player for PSG. Was running the midfield from he was 17, so you have to give him that. Matisse still, I mean, hit and miss, but the football world favors attackers. Gula has not really played for Madrid, but he had a season before that where people are judging. And Vitor Roque, I mean, I think Vitor is a bit overrated. Barca fans are gonna hate that, but obviously, I think he shouldn't be ahead of Kobe. I think Kobe should be sixth. He shouldn't be in the top five. That's definite, but he should be at least at a sixth position.
Mm, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, man. I
Okay.
mean,
So the next topic, you're saying Jamaica champs is right around the corner, and I've been seeing a lot of KC propaganda on like YouTube and stuff. So it seems like KC is the favorites for another champs. What are your thoughts on the upcoming event?
yeah, I mean, it's it's very boring right now because to look at it, I came home and watched the 100-meter finals, which for some reason they decided to put on a Tuesday evening now, not Tuesday, Wednesday evening instead of the regular Friday. So it's just shagged up the entirety of the week. You watch it, you see the college athletes doing well, um, and that's about it. It's very depleted, and this is what I mean when I was saying I had something to say. Um, I have it on good authority that Corey Bennett, who's the Heidel girls coach, but also coaches the Calabar high school team, that this is his last chance at Calabar. I mean, the old boys, the principal, they've had it up to here with him. And I heard this from an athlete that we actually live close together. He's competing at champs. He's in class three, and went to a couple trap meets, saw him, and I know he's young, first year into high school. Obviously, he's not gonna beat everybody, but after some time, saw him the week before champs, said, "Hey, you're ready for it." He says he's not going. Say, just some ankle problem. I like the physio check it out. He says, well, the coach doesn't allow them to go to the physio. I'm like, what do you mean the coach doesn't allow you to go to the physio? Long story short, he's got a fractured ankle that he's been training on for the past 3 weeks, and it might be a bit worse than it originally should have been. Um, Apparently, and this is from what I've been hearing from people on the track team, that obviously the old boys take care of them, send on spikes, refreshments, etc. Apparently, all of that has been taken by one hand, given to the other, and sent straight to the Heidel Girls School. So the boys have been drinking pipe water to keep nourishment when they do train. They wear old spikes or go barefoot, whichever it was, and yeah, Corey Bennett is a wanted guy right now, and not for a good reason. But I look at Calabar and I'm like, Calabar is prestige. It's like Arsenal in the 90s. They need to have the best. And I look at Excelsior, David Riley, who used our school Wolmer's in 2010 with a squad of like 20 people to beat squads with 80 plus members, and he has the sprint champions in Excelsior right now. And I wonder how the hell is he still at Excelsior? Because he's a fantastic coach. It reminds me of Jose Mourinho when he made his move to Chelsea initially, right? Young coach moves to a big team, he won the league. That's what he did. That's what David Riley did when he moved to Wolmer's. Then he was dismissed. he was given other jobs and he's been shitting on his former employers ever since. I mean, apart from 2015, I think, Excelsior has finished ahead of Wolmer's in every single champs, and that's down to David Riley. And
Mm.
the whole chumps thing has just gone out the window. Like you look at the girls' side, Excelsior, you know Excelsior. Heidel is completely out of it. I don't know what's going on. Edwin Allen looks good. Woolmer's girls who had all this talk back then, they have some athletes, but they're all faltering. I don't know what's going on, man. And track and field, it doesn't. It looks like it's gonna be its darkest time right now in this country.
Yeah, it's good old corruption that caused stuff like that, you know. Good old corruption. Take the resources from and share it how you want to share it. You know, that's bad. That shouldn't be happening. But it's glad it shines some light on that issue because I don't think that won't benefit. I think that benefits a lot. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's move on.
Yeah, man. I just needed to bring that in because I think then it will be news and people will be wondering, hey, why he gets sacked. But you heard it here first. You're gonna hear it by other outlets in the next few weeks once he is sacked, or quote unquote mutually agreed to terminate, which everybody knows. It's just you agreed how much money you want. We're gonna sack you anyway. Um, but anyway, back to football. Quick thing. We're back into the internationals. Um, we saw the French team yesterday, didn't we? The French A, B, C, and D team.
Unbelievable, unbelievable talent.
Man, I mean, I can't tell how good this depth is because when I look at the D team, there are some players there that are in the French first team right now. If Nkunku was fit, he'd be there. But my God, man, my God, it's too much. And I look at this and I'm like, how do people still think England are gonna win the Euros? How thick in the head are you to think that? I mean, firstly, France have killed Mbappe, and that's it. What's England gonna do
Hmm.
to stop Mbappe and Kamavinga?
Yeah, Kamavinga plays every position on that pitch. Keeper, nine, defense, everything. He does everything. If you had like 11 Kamavingas on the pitch, crazy. But yeah,
Man, you'd win the Champions League.
easy,
You would
easy.
win the Champions League, man. But
Yeah, the depth of the French squad is downright unbelievable, and I think it should be illegal. You know, I think there should be some repercussions to having this much depth. Uh, because it's just not fair. What is a side like Nart Macedonian supposed to do? You know, like look at a side like that. How are they supposed to compete with France? That's not fair. That's not right. Yeah.
yeah, bro, it's disrespectful. Like, look, everybody, no one's not gonna watch the Euros until round of 16 anyway, because obviously you have to go through some of those bad group games that have very weak opponents against bigger opponents. Um, but that's how it is sometimes. Sometimes it has to happen. Right now we'll take a quick break. We'll get right back with you guys. It's gonna be a minor 30-second break. This time it's gonna be one of our longest breaks actually. We never usually gone this long, but just give us a sec, stay with us. We do appreciate it. All right. And thanks for staying with us, guys. Appreciate it again. Those on Spotify listening, 5 stars is the key. A like, a follow on Podcast Addict or Deezer or wherever you are listening. And this will also be transposed to the YouTube Music app as Google Podcasts not gonna stay much longer. But Fry, we are back. And I just need to ask you because I did say we have a new segment, and he kind of teased it earlier. But we need to find out who And I genuinely mean we need to find out who will be kicking the bucket this week.
Damn. Who will be kicking the bucket this week? Well, we have a lot of candidates, but I'm going to have to go with Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey kick the bucket this week. Let's go.
Yeah. Damn.
Um, yeah.
Why is it fun?
Um, just the controversy. He had a real stinker this week with like missing the bus and not being in the squad. The squad needs him. He's not there, and then he end up shits on the national team. Shits on Jamaica on a whole. So I think because of that, he should be kicking the bucket and just straight up dying, but not figuratively in GTA, of course, and not in real life, but like in in a metaphorical sense. Uh, yeah. So, what about you? Who kicking the bucket this week?
I think there's only one candidate, and it's Jurgen Klopp. um, no, but for real, Klopp, after the United defeat, the reporter asked him a question. I can't remember what it is, but he looked at the reporter and he said, "You're not in great shape." I couldn't believe it. He just called, and look, people are saying, "Oh, he didn't mean it." I'm like, no, he exactly called the man fat in front of his face. I mean, I know some people can't take losses, but you're going to have to be a bit professional when your team does lose a game every now and again. You can't really go unbeaten. You're not Arsenal of 2003. But to
I
call
think
a
that
man,
I have a controversial opinion. I think that reporter deserved it because he was crapping on the team and like the fitness and stuff, and the team played like 120 minutes. I like intense football straight through. So he should have said more. Should have disrespected the man more. Should have said something about his wife, about his family. I would have done it. So he showed a level of professional that I wouldn't have. So I think just calling him fat is the least he could have done. Should have said something racist, something some phobic, But that was tame. That was tame. He'll survive. He'll survive. It's
and
it's
this is
England.
why you're not coach. This is why you're not the coach anywhere.
I don't think that's why. I think because I'm not good. I don't think it's because I fat shame people. But I agree. I agree.
Oh my god, man.
So
You
you
have any
wouldn't
more?
fat shame. You wouldn't fat shame reporters after they disrespect your team.
Why would I fight? Why would I fight shame him if he disrespects my team? I'll just say you're not good at your job and move on. Like you don't call the man fat because he said, yo, your team this, your team that, whatever. You keep it a bit professional, disrespect the people he works for, not him. Uh,
Hmm. I think a few clots in there. A few. Um. This is Jamaican expletives would have help, but yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, yeah, man. And man, I have another candidate. Actually, somebody who else needs to kick the bucket. It's Michael Oliver. Um, the audio for the game Man City Liverpool came out, and that Doku tackle, if you all remember, absolutely went full black belt in McAllister's chest. Um, the audio came out, and immediately, I think Michael Oliver can't ref anymore. He's done. He's finished. He can't stay. I mean, right as the foot caught McAllister, the man immediately said, "Yep, not for me. Nope, nope. He got the ball. This man can't even see the ball." Then he reached out for what do you see? And the man was like, "Yeah, got the ball. Go on, Ollie. You're fine." And his assistant was like, "You sure you got the ball, lad?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah, he got the ball. Play on, play on." I'm like, "Oh my god, they can't make it any more obvious what's going on in this in the Premier League season, man." I mean, the decisions City are getting and the refs. Look, it might not be directed to Man City. It might be a huge coincidence. But my God, man, you can't just say, yeah, move on, move on. We even go look at the replay. Like, I know you're telling me he put all 9 inches of his foot in his chest, but he got the ball. It's fine. I can't.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
I want to also add someone as well. I want to swap Leon Bailey. I think it's harsh. I'm a Leon Bailey defender, so I'm going to swap Leon Bailey. I'm going to put Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez should kick the bucket after Kobe Mainoo walked him like a dog in in Liverpool's final third. literally destroyed Joe Gomez and two other Liverpool players. It was brilliant, and I think Joe Gomez should definitely sit out football for a few months after that. That was downright this disgusting, from the young Englishman. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yo, Manu cooked that entire team, man. Manu cooked that entire team. We've never, and look, I'm going to say this, and it's probably been said a lot about different players, but we've never seen a player cook an entire team at 18 in the midfield. Like, how far back you want to go to try and prove that? I mean, Pele
How the
cooked.
hell did we play with Fred? How did we play with Fred for so many
I'm not
seasons? I
taking
don't
any
even,
Fred slander. I'm not taking any Fred slander, bro.
it's unbelievable. Fred had zero composure. Having a player with so much composure, it's just a huge contrast. It's
But he
crazy.
has 100% energy.
Okay, all right.
Exactly, man. But for real, like the last player I can think who was a teenager and cooked a team was Pele. And I'm not even joking because I can't think of another
Hmm.
teenager who cooked a team. Like they always have to break through at 19, and then when they're cooking people, they're 20, so it doesn't count. But good choice. Joe Gomez kicking the buckets along with Leon Bailey, and for me,
Hmm.
Oliver and who was the first guy I said again? Um, was it? It wasn't Southgate. It wasn't Southgate. Who the hell did I say to kick the bucket first? Anyway, you guys are listening. You guys will let me know. But listen, you guys can leave a comment. You can leave it on our Twitter. We post daily. Um, who do you think should have kicked the bucket in the last week? And of course, we don't mean death. Not 100%, but But who do you guys think should kick the bucket? I mean, a lot of people going after Howard Webb and other refs and other pundits. Some people going after players, but
Who
that's
did
just for
that?
us. I mean, but that's just for us. I mean, quick show today. Nothing's really gonna go on for now. It's the international break, but next week, of course, football is back. Real football. I mean, wait, Brazil will play England, I think, on Saturday, if I'm not
Let's
mistaken.
go.
So that's gonna be a game. Hopefully, we see Endrick play for Brazil in that match. That's the best opponent for him to go up against because people saying Real Madrid spent 60 million on a kid. Put him against England. Let's see if he runs that defense line.
We're gonna
Um,
see Harry Maguire pocket Hendrick. It's gonna be so hilarious. Prime
bro,
Harry
I,
Maguire.
I would bet anything that's not gonna happen, bro. Hendrick has got too much pace for that. He's too technical. You know how Maguire is with technical players. If they want to push the ball and run, fine. He could do something, but this guy can actually play football with the ball at his feet. I told you, he's like Pele's region. He's genuinely like Pele's region.
Yeah, his Instagram photos are unbelievable. I've seen them and it looks just like a reincarnation of Pele. It's crazy.
Exactly, man. I don't know where Brazil get these people from. They got Hendrick, the new Pele. They've got Estavo Villan, who they call Messinho. I mean, what the hell, bro?
Crazy.
What do they have?
Messinho.
Brazil are going to absolutely destroy world football in the next 4 years. I'm telling you. They won't win the World Cup in 2026, but from 2028 onwards, in terms of
Who's
Copa,
winning the World Cup? France.
in 2026,
Yeah.
uh, I can't go against France. They have the best player in the world. They have one of the best midfielders in the world, and they have the best goalkeeper in the world. And they will all be here in 2026. Um, there are people who are gonna like you, of course, who would obviously say England because at that point, Kobe Manu would have been 20 years old and have already been cooking teams for a long while. Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane, obviously, your weak link is Pickford. He's got arms shorter than an earthworm, but
Mm,
France
yeah.
team. Portugal look good, and people are really sleeping on Portugal. But I think unless you can knock out Mbappe, you have no chance.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah, for some reason, Americans think they're winning it.
Americans do their propaganda thing all the time, man. It's typical America. And look at the time. Look at the time. I think it's closing time.
Uh, yeah, man. But it was a good show today. Thanks again for listening. This you guys, by the time you listen, this champs would have probably been done. Jamaica would have probably lost or beaten America, and we would have known who else Fry wants to kick the bucket from that match. But again, thanks for staying on with us. Again, your support is appreciated. As I said, we're three away from 250. So you guys can get three more players out there. It's really appreciated, and then we'll push to 300 um, before the end of the month. I mean, of course we can do it. It's like what, we got 10 days left. Of course we can get 50 listeners in 10 days. Come on,
Easy, easy.
easy. I mean, especially with Fry telling you who should kick the bucket. People are sick those
Yeah,
days.
your mom should kick the bucket next. If you don't listen to this twice, your mom should. That was a joke, by the way. I hope your mom's a wonderful woman. I hope she makes wonderful Sunday dinner for you this weekend. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, man. Well, again, that's the media. We'll see you guys next week. And again, JFC not yet with a slogan like with GZ. We said vamos. We don't have anything yet. We're still just regular.
suck your mom.
You can't
Yeah.
say that.
Why not? Why not? It's iconic. It's an iconic phrase.
You can't, bro. You can't say that, man. I
Can
mean,
we say the B word? The B word. What
guys,
about the B
we'll
word?
see you before Fry gets us
No, we're doing
demonetized.
this on air. We're doing this
Bye.
on air.